What's up, guys? Keyshawn Uchiha here. This is part 3 of What If Naruto Had the Holy Rinnegan. Let's get it. So, I'm not going to do a quick recap because we already know what happened. Pretty much, if you didn't know what happened, pretty much please watch part 2 or you're going to be so confused you're going to be like, what the hell is happening? But pretty much, let's get to part 3. As Sasuke is screaming and doing his Chidori and yelling out, Itachi! He charges at the doorway where Naruto's at, which Naruto is grabbing Sasuke and pretty much moving him out the way because Itachi was pretty much about to grab Sasuke and slam him in the wall. This is where Naruto tells Sasuke to calm down and to think for a moment and ask she to focus for a sec. He said, "These are two strong, powerful opponents. Don't let your anger get onto you and go in hatred." Which Sasuke calms down and says, "Alright, so what's the plan?" Which this is where Naruto pretty much creates a holy illusion, which this holy illusion is pretty much of the Uchiha clan coming back to life, which Naruto pretty much did a mixture of the holy illusion and the holy holy reincarnation or regeneration or reincarnation, you could say. Pretty much bringing back all the Uchihas just to install, which this is where Itachi sees all the Uchihas, and also he sees Shisui. Now Shisui didn't die by Itachi, but Itachi has guilt for not saving his friend. So pretty much all the Uchihas are back to life, having their blades and pulling it all out, ready to attack. Which Sasuke sees his father and says, "Father," which Naruto gets Sasuke out of there and says that you can see him later. Let's go. This is where Itachi sees his father Fugaku and his mother and says, "Mother, father." This Kisame says, "What are you doing? Let's hurry up and get rid of him." Which Kisame charges at Fugaku, which Fugaku activates his Mangekyo Sharingan looking at him and says, "Fall," which pretty much when Naruto brings him back to life, plus the Holy Illusion, they are 10 times stronger. So pretty much Kisame just gets knocked out to the ground. Now, this is where Naruto is pretty much is going and taking Sasuke, which Sasuke is pretty much telling Naruto to let him go. They have to go back and save his mom and dad, which Naruto tells Sasuke to calm down. They're going to be fine. They're going to come back. Trust me, they're going to be fine. Which this is where Sasuke calms down and they pretty much wait. Now, Itachi pretty much activates his Aratsu and gets the fuck out of there. I'm gonna say all the Uchihas about to come after him until Fugaku tells them to stop and pretty much tells them to think, how did they come back to life? Which all the Uchihas are thinking, and it begins to start heading back to Naruto. Now, as Naruto's waiting for them to come back, this is where Fugaku comes in. Sasuke runs and hugs his dad and his mom, which his mom starts crying and saying how much he grown. Which Fugaku asks Naruto, how did he bring him back? Which Naruto says that with these eyes and power he has. Which Fugaku sees and says, I see. Now, Fugaku heard about the Holy Rinnegan because there's a Uchiha tablet which may or may not been there or not been there by someone. Says that to get the Holy Rinnegan you must been born as a pure saint, as you must be pure by heart. You did never sin. You never did nothing bad. You just pure, which Naruto is pure. So that's how Naruto got those eyes, and you must get a blessing from a Valkyrie and a knight. A Valkyrie and an angel knight, which Naruto got a blessing by them, and you must have Uchiha's DNA, which Naruto has a little bit of Uchiha's DNA. So yeah, pretty much Naruto got it. Now, this is where Fugaku is saying, so you're a Uchiha. Which Naruto says, excuse me? You're a Uchiha, you're like us. Which Fugaku says, you're family. Which Fugaku pretty much rubs Naruto's head. Or you could say, like, do the little brush thing. Like, so, kind of like that. But pretty much Naruto starts to feel this warm, welcoming, no evil content or anything, and he begins to smile. Now, this is where Hiruzen gets word about the Akatsuki attacking Naruto, but they pretty much had to go and leave. But they do got Kisame because Kisame was under a Genjutsu and he pretty much got captured. So Kisame is captured itself Itachi. So yeah, that's a little bit of a change. So while Kisame is getting interrogated, this is where Hiruzen comes to Fugaku and talks to Fugaku and pretty much talks to him, which Fugaku pretty much is talking to Hiruzen and stuff. And the Uchihas are pretty much brought back to Leaf Village and not being separated again, since you could say they already died once and they're not trying to get bamboozled again. But they do stay. But they ask for one favor, for Naruto to stay with them at the Uchihas, at the Uchiha's place, at the new Uchiha's place that's in the Leaf. Which Hiruzen looks down and he says, "Well, I shall do that. That's the least I can do." And he grants the permission, which Naruto now lives with the Uchihas. Now, after that, this is where I'm going to say 2 weeks is up, and the part 2 of the Chunin exams happen. Now, everything, like I said, goes the same, and pretty much the fight between Neji and Naruto is a little bit different. Naruto is walking close to Neji, walking to Neji and telling him, asking Neji the question why he did that to Hinata, which Neji is pretty much saying that she was weak and stuff, which Naruto says, "I'm going to change your heart around," and begins to create clones. Now, this is where he creates 2 clones and they starts to fight Neji. Now, the first clone is shooting rockets at Neji, which Neji using his rotational globe to block him, but he's also getting burnt by the explosions, and he begins to lose more chakra because the second clone is pretty much holding out its hand and draining chakra from Neji slowly. Now Neji can't do anything, and he begins to get hit by the rocket that gets hit by the wall. Now Naruto begins to know that he won their match, begins to start healing Neji, and pretty much says that he's going to change everything and make the world in true union and peace. And he's going to start with him, which he pretty much lifts out his hand to Neji, which Neji sees what he means and understands what he must do and change his ways. He grabs Naruto's hand and pretty much everybody's cheering and says, "Oh my god, yeah, go Naruto, yeah, you too, Neji." Like, everybody's just cheering for both of them, which Naruto waves his hand and Neji raises his hand too. So, yeah. After that, pretty much this is where we get in the fight between Sasuke and Gar. Now, since Sasuke has his family back, he's still determined to kill Itachi since he escaped, but he's not as determined to kill Itachi. He's just determined to figure out why he did it, and then if he doesn't get a good answer, he's gonna kill him. But pretty much this is where Sasuke begins to fight with Gar, and he charges with quick speed, pretty much kicking the sand, showing that he has the same speed as Rock Lee, which Gar is shocked. This is where Sasuke, after doing that same kick move, pretty much does the almighty pushing Gar away, sending him flying to the wall. Now, as he does that, he does a universal pull and pulls Gar's back to him, which Gar is getting sent flying to his direction, which Sasuke does a Chidori and charges forward and pierces Gar to the chest, freaking out Gar and making the whole attack happens. Now, since the Uchihas are alive, they pretty much didn't get caught in the Genjutsu or the illusion thing and begins to start helping out the Leaf, which the Leaf is doing much better as originally canon. Which Fukaku is with Hiruzen and helping him out fight Orochimaru. Now, well, yeah, pretty much help to fight Orochimaru. Now, this is where Sasuke and Naruto pretty much chase after Gar to pretty much stop him. And as Sasuke is fighting with Gar is pretty much losing and begins to get mad and transform to full Shikaku mode. Now, Naruto realized that he must do, and he needs to wake up Gar. And he begins to summon Gamabunta and asks for his help, which Gamabunta agrees upon. And it says, "Let's go, kid," which Naruto says, "Wait, I want to try this out," and begins to touch Gamabunta, and Gamabunta begins to transform, which this is where Gamabunta begins to get have samurai armor. Begins to have samurai armor and 2 blades and says, "Whoa, I feel much stronger in power, kid. Did you do this?" Which Naruto says, "It's considered as a gift for helping me." Which Genbuta says, "Ha, you're way too kind." Which this is where Genbuta charges and pulls out the 2 blades and do a single slash, slicing Shigaku and sending Goku, slicing both of Shigaku arms off. Which Shigaku is getting mad, says, "Damn it." This is where Naruto jumps and leaps and begins and does a straight headbutt on Gar's head, pretty much waking Gar up. Now, the same speech goes as a real canon, but Naruto says that he believes that he can become a changed person and change the hearts of many people. Which Gar takes that to heart and pretty much becomes a different person. Now, after that, I'm gonna say Hiruzen dies, and Fugaku tried his best to save Hiruzen, but I'm gonna say Orochimaru just did summoned like the first and second Lord Hokage, so Fugaku had to fight both of them while Hiruzen used the Reaper Death Seal and pretty much kills himself. Now, after whole funeral stuff, this is where the elders knows that the Uchihas are alive thanks to Naruto, asks Fugaku would he like to become Hokage, which Fugaku agrees upon becoming Hokage, and he will become the 5th Lord Hokage. Which Naruto is happy for Fugaku, and also Sasuke is happy because now the first ever Uchiha became Hokage. Hokage is pretty much Fugaku. Now after all that, pretty much Fugaku calls in Naruto and asks to get Lady Tsunade to pretty much come to the Leaf Village and pretty much to heal some ninjas who's critically injured, which Naruto accepts and Jiraiya goes with him. Well, Jiraiya pretty much accepts it too and goes. Now as they're going, Naruto begins to talk to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya then they're having the laugh stuff. This is where Jiraiya asks Naruto would he like to come with him for 2 years and start training and go around the world to see the world, which Naruto smiles and says he would love to. But he asks can he bring Sasuke with him so they can he asks can he bring Sasuke with him, which this is where Jiraiya smiles and says yeah. And they start heading to Lady Tsunade. Now this is part 3 of what if Naruto had the Holy Rinnegan. Now I know this is short. I'm very sorry if short, but I'm a busy man and I gotta get stuff done. And I might do a new part of what if today, maybe not. But I'm very sorry, guys. But just get this up to like 40 likes and I will make a part 3. But I'm Keisha Uchiha. Thanks for watching and peace out.
It looks like you lost another one.